Hello, and welcome back to the Bloom Boutique Mega Class. This is card number 4 for this class. This card is a cute little fun fold card. So I will show you how to make this card today. And if this is your first time seeing this video on YouTube, then this is card number 4 of my big Bloom Boutique Mega Class. And there's 8 cards in 2 gift boxes to put together. And if it's still June 2026, you might still be able to sign up and get the kit to make these cards. The link will be in the description if it is still available. So let's get to making this card number 4. So this is a little bit of a fun fold. This little flap, and it opens up. So what we need for this is we have our regular card base. It's 8.5 by 11, or 5.5 by 8.5. Sorry, scored at 4.25 to make our regular card base. And then you'll need a piece of gold for your layer. And what we're going to do is we need to cut out a gold scallop. And since I've already done that, I've already cut the scallop out of a piece. It kind of saves this gold paper because it's kind of this paper, you don't get very much in a pack, and you kind of want to make it go as far as you can. And then I have a piece of this Bloom Boutique DSP in the blue blossoms. Well, they're hydrangea hue. And then we're going to need this. So we're going to, again, we're using the Scallop Bloom Suite, or bundle, I should call it. And for the big blossom, we're going to use this big scallop die to cut it out. And then we're going to use the next stitched scallop on here. And you're going to want to cut that out right in the center of your gold paper. Nobody sees that behind there, so you're just kind of saving paper. So that is for that. And then you'll also need this little bloom, or this little scallop, to cut out a white piece for our label. But like always, I've already cut these out for you to save time. And we also need this little piece. I have cut it. It is 3 inches by 1.5, and I scored it at 1 inch. And so that's just going to kind of give us our little flap on here. So let's go ahead and put our card together. And always, I tell you what you need to die cut. If you need to pause the video to do that, you can do that. So we're gonna adhere our layers together and start building our card. So this piece is 5.25 by 4. And this DSP is 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. I've said it before. It's just when you're on here, if you can see, this is 3/4. It doesn't really even show on my grid, but it is on my trimmer. It's just that one notch between 3 7/8 and 3 3/4. It's just that little notch in between, and it just gives an in-between border. Because sometimes I think a 1/4 inch border is a little too wide, and 1/8 of an inch is just a little too tricky to try to line up sometimes, and it's sometimes just not enough, and this just gives a perfect border. And I'm sorry about the lighting. I know the gold really does its thing. All right, I have my pieces here. What did I do with them? I know I had them pre-done and set aside, and they have walked off on me. Let's see. I need that piece. And here on my pile of extras. They're right in front of my face. I swear, sometimes. So we're gonna put this piece down here in the center. And then let's do a little stamping here really quick before we put the other parts together. So we need our label and then our inside piece. And I have chosen to make this a birthday card. So I've got some Secret Sea ink. And we're going to stamp happy birthday on our label, a little scallop. And then I have another greeting out of this set that says, wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. I think that's very fitting for a birthday card. And as always, if you have other stamps or greetings you want to put in here, you most certainly can do that. And these are just the ones that happen to come in our suite. So we're going to take our little mechanism here, and you're going to want to glue it. It's going to go underneath the inside layer, and you want to kind of put it a little, you want your score line a little outside, and you want to try to put it as even to the center as you can. So you want to be able to have enough room that it'll bend over okay. And then we'll put some adhesive on this piece. And put it inside, and then it will cover up some of that mechanism. And then over here, we need to put our gold. So I'm going to put some adhesive here on the very end, and hopefully not, well, we can see it. So you're just gonna put the adhesive there. And then we're gonna put our little other guy up on dimensionals, because we love dimensionals. Things should always pop where they can, right? I love dimensionals, but I don't use a ton of them, because if you're mailing a card, you don't want it to be too thick, because then the mailman gets mad. All right, and then we have a bow. So let's see how good Heather can do tying a bow on the video. I can make the best bows when nobody's watching. Isn't that how it always is? You can do things great when nobody's watching, but when you got a lot of people watching you, then that does not look great. Let's see. What did I do? I think I did it upside down. That's my problem. It doesn't happen when you got like big fingers trying to tie little bows. There we go. There. Wow, that one came out really good. Better than the one on my sample, even. All right. We'll just cut up our little ends. And then there you have it. There's our little fun fold card. Let's focus here on the camera. And it opens and opens. Why are we not focusing? Well, I'm really sorry. There we go. I'm still learning this whole camera thing. So there you go. I've thought about it. Sometimes this is hard. If you have a little Velcro dot, I need to invest in some of those to help with these little closures sometimes. But anyway, this is card number 4, right? Is that what we're on? Yes, card number 4 of our Bloom Boutique Mega Class. So I hope you enjoyed this card too, and I will be doing the next one very shortly. Have a good day.